I'm going to show you how to write a sestina. And we're going to try to do this in under 90 minutes. A sestina is a 39-line long poem consisting of 6 end words that repeat in a pattern. So I'm just going to start by reading a sestina that I wrote several years ago. It's not a particularly very good one, and we probably won't write a very good one either today as well. This is titled A Frankenstein Sestina. I think somebody else chose the words for me, and that makes it all the better. So a red spider crawled down a filament of cobweb. It was a Frankenstein, a witch that spun magic in the eve and cast curses that really cursed. Competing spiders that crept into the eaves of neighboring houses filled with cobwebs. A good witch should be able to tell the difference between a Frankenstein and a Frankenstein. Snare woven with curses, brewed by a witch who can change into a spider and spin cobwebbing into All Hallows Eve. Which was this evening? It was the most magical night Frau Frankenstein had experienced. She marveled at her cobweb dripping with cursed fibers woven by a tiny red spider. A witch like her could conjure up the realm of witches. The evening was waning into a black, widowy, spidery night. Only a Frankenstein in the line of Frau could write into a kissy, curse, sticky, fragment wall of cobweb. No one would want to get caught in cobwebs scented with the breath of a witch's curse. The result would be an evening of torment from Frau Frankenstein's army of spiders, and her little curses were acrobats swinging from cobwebs only a tiny red spider could navigate, and Frau was a tiny witch. One evening a year, cobbled together like an undead Frankenstein. So in this poem, the end words are spider, cobweb, Frankenstein, witch, Eve, and curses. And they are repeated throughout the whole poem. So there's 6 stanzas of 6 lines each, and each line ends with that word. And essentially the rule is that you can't have just that the end word. It has to be an end word, so it has to be at least a 2-word line. And so if you look, there's spider, cobweb, Frankenstein, witch, Eve, curses. And then the next line, the end word is cursed, spiders. So the word repeats through it in a different order. And then that goes for 6 verses, 6 stanzas. And then the final stanza is a 3-line stanza called an envoy, and all 6 of the words are represented in it, 2 words per line. And so I'll just go now and outline how to write a sestina. And so here it is. So if we look at the first stanza, so we're going to look, the word end words would be end words, and we're going to do this in the abstract here. So the end words here are A, B, C, D, E, and F. And so we're going to take stanza 1, stanza 2, stanza 3, stanza 4, stanza 5, stanza 6, and then the envoy. Envoy line 1, and the envoy line 2, and envoy line 3. And so in stanza 1, the N words are in this order of A, B, C, D, E, and F. In stanza 2, the N words are F, A, E, B, D, C. In stanza 3, it's C, F, D, A, B, E. In stanza 4, it is E, C, B, F, A, D. Stanza 5, it's D, E, F, E, C, A. And in stanza 6, it is A, D, I made a mistake here. Where's my eraser at now? So E, C, B, F, A, D, D, E, oh, there it is. Oh, good. I was thinking I put it away in a drawer or someplace. No. So I'm getting sidetracked. So D for stanza 5, it's D, E, A, C, F, B. In stanza C, it is B, D, F, E, C, A. And so that's the stanzas. And now we go to the envoy. And so in the envoy, the N words, the words, they can't start with that, but it has to be at least the second word in, and then the final one. So in line 1, it's word B and E. In line 2, it's D and C. And the final line is F and A. So we have, there's a, so like, you know, with the pontoon that we did last week, the first line and the last line are the same. Well, in the SESTINA, the first N word and the last N word are the same, or the same, similar. So if we go back to my example, of the Frankenstein SESTINA, you can see that it's spider. So you can see how, at least you can see how the words repeat, the N words repeat. And so you can, there are no really rules as far as like rhythms or anything like specific line lengths or anything, or or whether this be poetry or you write a story that way, which you can clearly do that. And so to a trained ear, you can hear, a trained ear can hear the rhythm of those repeat words in the SESTINA. So now, without much further ado, what we're going to do now is I'm going to select the N words from kind of two of the decks that I reviewed the other day that I don't are not really my favorite. So it's this one. So I'm going to choose a couple cards from here and a couple cards from here, probably two cards. So this will govern two words. So at random from this Lenormand deck, we will do two words and just select them at random. Two words that will help to govern our poem or little short story. So, house, and flowers. House and flowers. So they'll just write those words down. So house, flowers, and then I will select four words from this Wild Unknown Tarot. Words or concepts that we will, or colors, or whatever stands out. And then we'll just put these in some kind of an order to start the first stanza out with. So we'll use this one off the bottom, kind of mix it in a bit. This one here in the middle, and this one on the top. So, and they are, how about the word shattered? Shattered. That's a great word. Three, the number 3. Star. And turtle. Or maybe hermit. Which one should it be? Hermit or turtle? hermit or turtle. Well, I guess we're going to have to flip a coin here. So, heads, it's turtle, and tails, it's hermit. I just went over there. It's funny. Let's try it again here. That didn't work very well. But it said heads. So heads, it's turtle, and tails, it's hermit. So it's turtle. And okay, so we'll just put these over here. Stash them over here on the side. I think I'm going to, like looking at this. So and then I had these other cards that I pulled from the Light Seer that we can use to sort of thematically govern things. So this is like celebration and contemplation, or holding on to, contemplation, and celebration. So other sort of thematic elements could be I said celebration and sort of contemplation, or holding on, holding in or on. Okay, so I'm going to come up, get another piece of paper here. So we're in about 15 minutes, and so that gives us roughly an hour to write this Sestina. These poems can take quite a bit of time to write, so I'm going to put the words, it's A for the first word, A, and flowers, word B, star, word C, turtle, word D, house, word E. So we have star, flowers, star, turtle, house, and then 3, and word F is shattered. Shattered. So you can use different variations of these, and I'm going to put, these are the repeat words. Repeat words. It could be like different, you can use different variations of these words. So there are really no rules other than that these are the words that are on the end. I can tell already, to those popping in and out, this is a very boring program. So flowers. Flowers. He. A hermit. He. Gave. He gifted flowers. He gifted flowers to her in celebration. How do you spell celebration? I don't know how to spell celebration. I do sometimes. I can kind of see it, but I just really want to spell it right. So it's C-E-L. I mentioned before that a little dictionary of just words like this is an invaluable writing tool. Celebration, C-E-L-E-B-R-A-T-I-O-N. To her, in celebration of their THIR, their third anniversary. Oh, I have this incomplete. Oh, I didn't realize I did that. And flowers. That just changes everything, doesn't it? I'm already started out doing it wrong. He gifted her flowers. She was a star. She was a star. Their pet turtle. Pet. A red snapping turtle. He gifted her flowers. He gifted her flowers. She was a star, their pet, a red snapping turtle, was lost in the house. Was lost in the house. It had been 3 days. It had been 3 days. Her heart was shattered. Her heart was shattered. Holding on. Holding on. Holding on. Holding on to hope. Holding on to hope. She shattered. She shattered her idea of her ideation of love. Holding on to hope, she shattered her ideation of love. The flowers reminded reminded of the three cups the three cups no the three lights in the sky, the three cups, the star, the three lights, the three, it can't be the first word, but the three stars in the belt of Orion. The flowers reminded her of the three jewels in the belt, the three jewels in the belt, in Orion's belt. Orion's, how do you spell that? Orion's belt. Orion. Orion. Hopefully this stream is clear, but you're gone. Orion. Orion. There we go. Orion. In Orion, three jewels in Orion's belt. Orion's belt. Bright stars. Bright stars in the zodiac house. Zodiac house. Slowly crawling across the sky like a turtle. A turtle. In many cultures, The world, the world the world exists on a turtle. The world, in many cultures, our world, our world exists on a turtle, on a turtle, Turtle, Tur, on a turtle's back. Astronomy, science, shattered this dream, this hermit's science shattered a hermit's dream. A hermit's dream. And the third line, the third stanza, in a hermit's dream, in a mountain house. In a mountain house. He planted in front, surrounded by flowers. Surrounded by flowers. Surrounded by flowers. Arranged like stars, arranged on the grounds. Arranged on the grounds like stars. Arranged on the grounds like stars. Like stars. In groupings of 3. In groupings groupings of 3. Oh, hi Jeff, how you doing? So today I'm doing a SESTINA writing exercise. I'm trying to write a SESTINA in under 90 minutes, so we're about 30 minutes in, and I'm about halfway through the SESTINA. And so it's based on these N words over here, which are flower, star, turtle, house, 3, and shattered, and then they repeat in an order like this. So a SESTINA is a 39-line long poem. Generally, they take forever to write, and which is probably the reason why I've only written 2 or 3 or maybe 4 of these poems in my life. So this, I think, might be the fourth SESTINA I've ever written. So here we go. So what got so far is he gifted her flowers. She was a star. Their pet, a red snapping turtle, was lost in the house. It had been 3 days. Her heart was shattered. Holding on to hope, she shattered her ideation of love. The flowers reminded her of the 3 jewels in Orion's belt, bright stars in the zodiac house, crawling across the sky like a turtle. In many cultures, our world exists on a turtle's back. Science shattered a hermit's dream in a mountain house surrounded by flowers arranged on the ground like stars in groupings of 3. And so now we go on from there to the 4th stanza, and hopefully I can stay on task. And I also have used these 2 light seer cards as just sort of ideas to thematically, to give characterizations to it as well. So where was I? It's a 3 in groupings of 3. Now I kind of lost my train of thought. Shattered a hermit's dream in a mountain house surrounded by flowers arranged on the ground like stars in groupings of 3. He found the turtle. The turtle. Oh, he found, no, that's wrong. He found it. He found it. Let's see, 3 days. He found it. He found it after the 3rd month. After the third month. He found it after the 3rd month. The next word is the turtle. He found it after the 3rd month. The turtle, I keep on making that mistake of truth. Turtl. The turtle had multiplied. He expected, had unexpectedly multiplied. There we go. You don't have to make this too wordy. Had and I need a spelling on unexpectedly. T-U-V, unexpectedly, undercover, here we go, had unexpectedly multiplied. He found it after the 3rd month. the turtle had unexpectedly multiplied into little stars, into rock stars. Rock stars. Into rock stars. Behind. What's the name of the those things that hold like plates and so forth in a house? You know, there's a kind of a cabinet. There's a specific name for those types of cabinets where people stash plates. So it multiplied into rock stars. Well, maybe an aquarium. Behind the aquarium, no, behind the cabinet, behind an antique cabinet, on a cabinet under, on a nest, on shattered, behind an antique cabinet on shattered china plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're at the fourth stanza. The fifth word is A, which is star. Wait, I already did stars. Am I like, did I get off already? And then the fourth stanza, the first is E, shattered, no, 3. The second word C, turtle. The third word B, star. The fourth word is F, shattered. The fifth word is A, flowers. Okay, flowers. China plates, decorated. O-R-A-T-E-D, with red flowers. And stanza 4, D. Wait a minute. Oh, it's house. House. With red flowers and hermits and simple hermits hobble and houses, huts. Well, a hut is a house, okay. Plates decorated with red houses and ornate, ornate huts. Ornate monks' huts. Ornate monks' grass huts. Straw huts. There we go. Straw huts. Okay. Now we come down to a Either I flip the page over. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll flip the page over. 4. Now we go with the first line of huts, but then it's houses. So he gifted her flowers, she was a star. Their pet, a red snapping turtle, was lost in the house. It had been 3 days, her heart was shattered. Holding on to hope, she shattered her ideation of love. The flowers reminded her of the 3 jewels in Orion's belt, bright stars in the zodiac house, crawling across the sky like a turtle. In many cultures, our world exists turtles on a turtle's back. On decorated with with red. What's the red flowers, ornate monks and straw huts and amphibians. Huts. I don't know. I don't know what to do next. He found it after the 3rd month. The turtle had unexpectedly multiplied into rock stars behind an antique cabinet on shattered china plates decorated with red. Okay, let's go. She she danced arms held high. She danced arms to the sky. Hand, arms, hands in praise at home. She danced hands in praise at home. So this is the 5th stanza and the at home. She danced hands in praise at home. It was 3 o'clock. 3. Oh. The clock read. The small hand on the clock pointed. The small hand on the clock pointed to 3. She contemplated, she reflected on love. She reflected on love. On love for her pet turtle for her pet turtle her hope no longer her hope no longer shattered. One, two, three, four. Nope, it's the wrong order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 4. This is the fifth stanza. D, E, A, C. So it's C, the third word. Oh, I'm off again. That's the thing that's confusing about these. These is it's easy to get off on the word. So the word order is A. No, it's not A. For the fifth stanza, it's D, E, A, C, F, B. Okay. So it is house 3 flowers. Okay. The small hand on the clock pointed to 3. The flowers had wilted. Had wilted. That wilted. The flowers had wilted. The turtle her man moved slow like a turtle. Her man moved slow like a turtle. And I keep doing that same mistake. Turtle. The flowers had wilted. Her man moved slow like a turtle. She didn't mind she was upset. She was upset that the plate, that an antique plate that her grandmother's plate shattered. 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 Looking into them, looking into the shards, she saw stars. But that doesn't really make different. She was upset that her grandmother's plate shattered. Looking, she smiled. Looking in the shards, she saw stars. And then our final stanza, it is, the end words are B, D, F, E, B, D, F, E, C, A. Okay, and so, looking in the star, in the shard, she saw stars. Her man moved slow like a turtle. She was upset that her grandmother's plate shattered. Looking in, she forgave. In that moment, she forgave him. Forgiveness was in that moment. In an instant. In an instant. In a click, in the click of this, in the movement of a clock hand, in the click of the hand. How about that? Shorter. In the click of a hand. In the click of a hand. It flickered like a star. Like a star. A light he turned off the lights in the house. She, her heart, her heart, her heart, her heart came together in 4 parts, unshattered. I've seen this before in a dream right now. Her heart came together in 4 parts, unshattered. Unshattering, unshattering, unshattering the myth, the dream of the dream of the 3 of unshattering the dream of the 3 swords. And what's the next word here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C. The 3 swords. The 3 swords carried by the turtle. Carried by a turtle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6, 1A. The turtle. From its back sprouted. From its back. From its back sprouted a world of flowers. Seeds became beautiful flowers. Now we go to the envoy. And in the envoy, the first line, the words are E and, no, not E, it's B. B and E, D and C, and F and A. So in the envoy, it's a 3-line stanza, and each one of them, each line has 2 of these words in it. And so you have to wrap the whole thing up. So B and E, star and 3. Red snapper, red snapper, red snap, red snap was a star, E, was a star shattered, was a star, red snap was a star flickering like shattered, glass in a house of cards made by a turtle, created by a turtle, oh, that's already all wrong again. So E is not, E is 3, so it's B. Red snap was a star flickering 3 times. Was a star flickering flickering at 3. At 3. House and turtle. Okay, this is the hard part about writing the SESTINA, is that it's easy to get lost and confused. It's easy to get lost and confused about the word order. So red snap was a star flickering at 3. At 3. Flickering at 3. In the house. In the house of. In the house of the turtle. Of the turtle. Was a star rising. Well, how about that? Instead of flickering, a star rising at the house at 3. In the third house at 3, in the house of the turtle. So that's D and a C. D. Oh, no. D and C. And then it's F and A. Okay, I'm in the turtle. Shattering in the house of the turtle. The science was shattered. The science was shattered by the dream, by the dream of flowers, by shattered by dreaming flowers. Okay, I don't know that probably doesn't make much sense, but let me just read the whole thing. So SESTINA, written in less than an hour. So it's an hour and 10 minutes. I started at 15 minutes into this presentation. I started actually writing the SESTINA. And I chose the words based on these 4 cards here and 2 cards from this this deck here. So this is where I chose the words from. House, flowers, house, flowers, turtle. No, let's go in order of them. So it was flowers, star, turtle, house, 3, and shattered. So this is how I chose. This is what I used to choose the words. And then I also use those two cards to give me some other ideas. And so here's the poem that we came up with in now less than 1 hour. So he gifted her flowers. She was a star. Their pet, a red snapping turtle, was lost in the house. It had been 3 days. Her heart was shattered. Holding on to hope, she shattered her ideation of love. The flowers reminded her of the 3 jewels in Orion's belt, bright stars in the zodiac house. Crawling across the sky like a turtle, in many cultures our world exists on a turtle's back. Science shattered a hermit's dream in a mountain house surrounded by flowers, arranged on the ground like stars in groupings of 3. He found it after the 3rd month. The turtle had unexpectedly multiplied into rock stars. Behind an antique cabinet on shattered china plates, decorated with red flowers and ornate monks' straw huts. She danced, hands in praise at home. The small hand on the clock pointed to 3. The flowers had wilted. Her man moved slow like a turtle. She was upset that her grandmother's plate shattered. Looking in the shards, she saw stars. In the click of a hand, it flickered like a star. He turned off the lights in the house. Her heart came together in 4 parts, unshattering the dream of the 3 swords carried by a turtle. From its back, seeds became beautiful flowers. Red Snap was a star rising at 3 in the house of the turtle. The science was shattered by dreaming flowers. Okay, so there you have it, a Sestina in less than 90 minutes. And I'm going to conclude this adventure with this, which showed up on my community page today. And there were words that were chosen last week. Now, I have those words right here. Prompt words were from a voter's pamphlet were justice, fraud, experience, lead, restore, combat, spend, home, mission, expensive, and the tarot prompts were lovers, judgment. And so what showed up on my community page today was this poem, A Pontoon. The trumpet rang out a sour note. Imbalance registered on the scale of justice. The lady in the sky fled. Gold decayed into lead. Imbalance registered on justice's scale. The card landed upside down. A gold nugget rotted into a lump of lead. The magician failed. the test. The card landed upside down. Judgment was experienced in the fight. The magician failed the test, shattering the saucer against a wall. Judgment was felt in the flight. The lady in the sky fled, crashing the saucer behind the wall. The trumpet rang out in sour notes. And so what I will do is, on my community page, for if someone so desires to want to write one of these sestinas, I'll put the form of the poem, and then I will include these words from these cards, probably a picture and the words, and those two cards here too. So should anyone desire to write a sestina, they can give it a go and post that sestina on my community page as a comment. And I will read it next week. Next Sunday at 2 p.m. for Sunday Writers Lab. Then I think the next one after that, I will be on as a guest on Tarot Ask Backward, and I can't remember her channel's name right now, on their story, their tarot poetry writing show, and will be there at that time. And so I think it's like 5 my time, and I'll as soon as that anyways, I don't think I'll do a show that week. I might, but I probably might actually just do a long play video, and I'll premiere it out at 2 o'clock. It might be just a short one on poetry or something. I'm thinking I'll do that. Anyways, that's all for this Sunday's Writing Lab. And I hope that you enjoyed the show. And thank you, Jeff, for stopping by and saying hi. And I will tune into your show a little bit later on today. So, good day, and this is William James from 999 ASMR Tarot, wishing you a wonderful week. Bye-bye.